Well, what is up, fellow heathens, and welcome back to another long-awaited episode of the Southern Heathens podcast. I'm Raven Tierson. Joining me, as always, WoodovWyrd. How are you, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm on vacation right now, and I'm about to go on another one here soon. So, yeah, I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I just got off of an unwanted vacation. Sorry about that. We planned on doing an episode sooner, but I contracted the flu. And it was a particularly bad case of the flu. So I was in bed for a few days.
Yeah, he was shivering, waking in and out of his sleep, whatnot. But yeah, we like you said, we planned on doing a podcast, but he wasn't obviously feeling the greatest. So sorry y'all for being late and shit. So
yeah, and the doctor actually said that people that have previously been diagnosed with COVID, the flu when it hits them this year is like extremely bad. So I don't know what that has to do. I'm not a physician.
I wouldn't know because as far as I know, I've never gotten it.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, yeah, that's what took so long, and we're here. If you just give us a like and a follow, and we're just welcome to the fucking show.
Yeah, it's been a while since you said that.
Ye skull, motherfuckers.
But in the midst of all this, guys, Raven has posted pictures, by the way. Y'all probably saw them. Big Hill Pond State Park that we went to. It was beautiful up in Raymer, Tennessee. Like, 20, maybe 30 minutes from us,
Oh, yeah.
I was told by a coworker, hey, if you like nature and because obviously he probably didn't, but he said, if you like nature and you like the outdoors, go there. And was he fucking right.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the most beautiful parks I've ever seen. The way they maintain it. And there's no entry fee.
Yeah, as far as we know, I just kind of drove in. No park ranger did anything. He didn't stop us. There was no trash anywhere. I mean, it was fucking clean. And that's what I love about state parks. And I mean, nature in general is when it is nothing but pure nature. There's no human interference. And not just like trees that have been cut down or supposedly, but also no trash. That's what I really do admire in a place like that. And we definitely saw it. How clean it was.
Yeah,
it was a crisp day too. It was cold, but it was crispy. There was no clouds in the sky though.
Yeah,
it was pretty fucking amazing.
Which it was in huge contrast to the chalk mine that we went to, the cave.
Yeah, did we talk about that on the episode? No, we didn't.
We haven't had a podcast since we've been doing all this stuff. I don't believe.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll discuss that wasn't even. I completely forgot actually.
Yeah, but yes, like I was saying though, it was in huge contrast because when you go into that cave, as beautiful as we can see underneath what's in the cave. You and I can see the beauty within it. However, it is completely vandalized. Graffiti everywhere. I mean, it was just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life.
And it sucks because that mine is really beautiful. It had to have been, like 15 to 20 degrees warmer inside that cave?
Yeah.
And it's the entry to the cave, by the way, guys. It wasn't like too small, but it was small enough to where you have to sit down on your ass and kind of slide yourself in. Right. And we're big guys. I mean I'm 300 pounds, so there ain't no at 6'2", maybe 6'3" in shoes. I had to sit down and slide my ass in there. That's how small the entry was. But once we got in the cave, though, I could stand straight up. That's how big the cave was. And honestly, I was, besides the graffiti and the vandalism and trash and shit, which sucked, I will say though, it was pretty mesmerizing being in a place knowing that, hey, we're underground right now.
Yeah.
And we're in a cave or an abandoned mine that people used to use.
Right. And it's the first time you got to actually see cypress trees in person.
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that too. We on our way there, because remember we didn't get lost, but Google Maps, the way Google looked when we looked up the chalk mine, it was taking us out on the water because it's between Iuka and Counts, Tennessee, because it's on the Pickwick Lake. It was taking us out to the water, and if we were to drive any more down, we would have been almost at someone's house. We even walked past construction workers.
Yeah, they were building someone's house.
And they looked at us. They didn't even care. I just asked them if there was a mine, but they didn't know.
Yeah,
but we just kept walking. We went down a hill, which was treacherous. I think both of us almost slipped 10 times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty rough. The entire hike especially at the end, got pretty rough.
Oh yeah. So get this, guys. So I'll just give you an easy summary. So we went down. It was all downhill. Getting to the cave. So we go past the construction workers. Then we go down a steep ass hill down to, you could say, like the beach part of the lake.
Right.
And we went towards someone's house thinking that it might be there for some reason. Couldn't find it. Came back, and then that's when we found the cypress trees. Which, again, guys, my first time seeing them. They are so beautiful, so amazing. There's no words for how beautiful that is. But anyway, so we go past them, and we keep on walking. And like 2 or 3 times, I think I told you, I was like, "Hey, I think I found it." And then all of a sudden, I walk up a little bit, and I'm like, "Fuck, no, it's not there."
Yeah.
And then finally, just fucking finally, we happened to find it. And luckily it was just a straightaway, so it wasn't. We did walk far, but it was just a straightaway, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it was awesome. And then on the way back up, I mean, I wasn't dying as much as this guy over here. I mean, I was still dying though, because that shit was treacherous.
It was rough.
We had to stop at least, a couple times.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you posted the picture of it, maybe, but I'll post a picture on the page. And it looks like a really majestic one because all you see is my boots and my hat with the teeth on it. And stuff.
Yeah. That
and
picture.
But as great as that picture was, all what that really was saying, that was just how fucking tired we were, and we weren't even close to get all the way up yet at that point.
We thought that was like going to be the time when it got easier because we thought it was just going to level out, but it didn't.
Yeah, and it was one of those hills where it's like, for one, if you're big like us, you have to lean forward going up them, otherwise you're going to fall back. And also, it was wet. There was a shitload of leaves and loose soil with rocks and stuff. So every 2 steps you took a half step back. Right. So it just made it that much more fucking worse. But at the same time, when we got back to the truck, gave him a high five, fucking conquering that shit.
Hell
finally.
Yeah. It was rough for me for sure.
But it was the first time I'd actually been to Iuka. Because I've driven past it, like on the highway and stuff, but this time I'd actually gone through and actually saw the town and went through it. So that was pretty beautiful as well.
Okay.
You had a witchy vibes, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, guys, just figured I'd update you on everything. Thank you for reminding me about that. I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah, we haven't had a podcast since we've done all that stuff. So I mean,
yeah, it's been pretty nice. Yeah. But as I've told you guys that I've been having him read stories out of the Eddas, and that we are going to go over them, episode by episode. And we'll go over, like last time, what was it? Which one did we do last episode? It was about Thor getting his hammer back. No, it wasn't that. Why am I spacing on it? But anyways, we did a story last time.
No, it was Odin and the Riddle Weaver.
Yes, Odin and the Riddle Weaver. Okay, so we did that, and we put our thoughts out there, and obviously the sources and whatnot from which they come from. Now today, it is Lokasenna, and you guys probably know this story. You maybe not, but this is one of my favorite stories. And I don't know about you.
It was a good story. Now I actually gathered different vibes from it than most people, but go ahead.
All right, so I'll just read you guys a quick summary. This is from Jackson Crawford's edition of the Poetic Eddas. So Lokasenna, in parentheses, Loki's taunts. In Lokasenna, a clear picture of the trickster figure, Loki appears. Having been cast out of the feast of the gods for killing a servant, Loki returns to the feast and offers insults to each god and goddess in return. He is tolerated because Odin has made an oath never to drink without Loki present. Loki's insults are sometimes phrased in surprisingly explicit scatological terms, and his insults toward the goddesses are invariably of a sexual nature, as are the insults that he and Odin trade with one another. Note that many stanzas, especially Loki's, begin with, Old Norse Vietsu. This is a fairly common opening to stanzas elsewhere in the Eddas as well. But here it may be intended ironically, since much of what Loki reveals to the gods in decency was probably concealed from the other gods prior to this disclosure. Finally, after Loki has slandered everyone present, Thor appears and threatens Loki into leaving, and we learn at last how Loki was punished for insulting the gods by being chained beneath a poisonous snake, dripping venom on his face. The prose sections are original to the manuscript. So, let's go. I've been talking for a little while now. Why don't you? Your thoughts on it?
A lot of people think of Loki. Think of this as Loki revealing secrets of the gods. Telling gods different secrets that they've been keeping from other gods and whatnot and so forth. However, there's quite a few uses of the word slander, which is obviously a lie. So I do believe, if not completely, quite a bit, he was just lying, just to rile them up and make them, make them upset. I don't know, maybe because he wasn't invited or something. but he sure let him have it until Thor showed up, and then he was like, you know what? I believe Thor would actually kill me, so I'm gonna leave. But yeah, I mean, and I also, there's a lot of people that say that Loki isn't necessarily a god. He may be an important figure in the Norse
Pantheon. Oh man,
I almost did it.
Amazing.
I almost did it.
Yeah, I could tell.
But anyway, but he's actually called a god by another god in this story. So I would like to know what that means.
Yeah.
So I mean, clearly they think of him as a god. At least one of them does.
Well, are you asking for my thoughts?
Yeah.
So it's been a little while since I read the story, but honestly, it's pretty easy to look back on because it's pretty iconic. I guess I hate to use that word iconic, but it is. It is iconic.
It is one hell of a story.
I don't necessarily think that Loki's slander was necessarily straight lies, but rather using some of what those other gods represent against them. Especially, I think he basically called Bragi a pussy for being nothing but a poet. But he is the god of poetry. But does that necessarily mean he is, a warrior god? No. So I think what he was using was, yes, they are whatever they are the god of. He was using that technically against them. Like Freya is the god of sexuality, and obviously in turn Loki was calling her a whore.
Yeah.
But again, and like you said too, that also goes to show you though too just how powerful and strong Thor is. Sorry about that.
By the way, he just spit all over me.
I didn't mean to. It came up my mustache when I was speaking. Sorry, Your Honor. I can't speak without swearing. But again, though, it does show you how powerful and strong Thor is, and how any god, no god challenges him really,
right?
Except for really Odin. Yeah, I don't think they were necessarily lies. I definitely just think he was, maybe even some people can say in a toxic way, was using what they are against them.
Yeah.
I'm
just going off the actual definition of what slander is, which is a lie that would slander someone's name. It has to be untrue for it to be slander.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, those are just my thoughts on it. I definitely think in the story, from what it seems from when you read it, it seems more of like him becoming an asshole and jealous because he wasn't invited to the feast.
Yeah, but I mean, who would invite him to the feast with the way he acts? To be honest.
Yeah, no, and that's very true. You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. So at the end of the story, they bind him in a cave.
Yeah, that's like the turning point, kind of right before Ragnarok. That's when they bind him to the cave, and his wife, Sign, I think that's how it might be how you pronounce it, but. She's there holding. It's in that story where she holds the bowl over the dripping venom of the snake in the cave.
Right.
And he's bound. So.
Yeah. So and there's like they equate when the venom, when she has to take the bowl away and empty it, and the venom actually hits Loki, they equate that to earthquakes.
Yeah. I'm glad you remember that detail because that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
a lot of people actually don't realize that.
Overall, I'd give that story like an 8 out of 10. Pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
So
the Eddas are just okay. Even if let's just say for a second, let's say there was no physical real, not real, but there was no physical basis on them. There were more metaphors and stories told, passed down from generation to generation. I'm not saying I believe that, but let's just say for a second that was true. the Poetic Edda is still a bunch of badass stories about the gods, about heroes, about normal people who have to do extraordinary things, you know. Still metaphorical as fuck, and it is so fucking awesome. Like, even if you aren't a heathen, I still recommend people still read this. I know a couple people who aren't actually like true heathens. They don't really believe in the gods, but he's read the Eddas, and he's quite literally lived his life like by the Eddas.
So you're talking about like Grimfrost heathens, not real heathens, but people that pretend to be heathens.
No, this guy isn't even a Grimfrost heathen. I don't want to say his name out loud, but no, he's actually a cool ass dude. And again, he can reiterate any story ever from the Eddas, and actually, again, he said he's lived his life by it, even through the downfalls he's had. He always refers to the Eddas and the stories of ancient heroes and stuff. So again, I think it's still good for anyone to just read. Hope you guys liked our thoughts on that. It's been late. Him getting the flu and shit, nothing really we can control about that. So
right, and we can pause here just for a quick word from our sponsors.
Sounds good to me, brother.
The Southern Heathens podcast is proudly sponsored by WoodovWyrd. WoodovWyrd is an Etsy shop owned by TikTok and Instagram user Witches Brew. With crafts like wood burns and spell jars, as well as custom orders, you can find exactly what you need for all of your witchy and pagan needs. From one-of-a-kind spell jars to any wood burn design, WoodovWyrd is always up to the task. WoodovWyrd is always up and running and ships orders promptly. Any custom order requests can be messaged directly to Witches Brew via social media or through her email. Links can be found in her Etsy shop. Go to etsy.com/shop/WoodovWyrd to find out more. That's etsy.com/shop/WoodovWyrd. And welcome back to the Southern Heathens podcast. Y'all holla, motherfuckers.
So, a couple updates for y'all. I am getting ready for a competition, a strongman competition. I've said before in other podcasts, this is my first strongman competition. It's called Hope Across America. It's a charity event. Southwest Record Breakers, I think that's the other part of it. And I compete next Saturday.
Next Saturday, wow, yeah, that's coming up fast.
Yeah, I know. I was messaging you the other day, and you were like, "Man, it's already
right." Yeah, I guess with the way things have been lately, me getting sick and all that stuff, just time is. And I haven't been viewing time normally for a while.
Yeah, same.
Same. Everyone's like, what day is it? I'm like,
I don't fucking know.
The sun's up.
Yeah,
it's a day.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, getting ready for competition. Like I said, I'm on my first vacation right now. And then next week, on the 30th, that's when I start my next vacation. And I compete on December 3rd. So, wish me luck. I will definitely... I don't know if I'll post videos on the page. I don't want to get too personal. But I'll definitely post like pictures or something. So you guys can see like what I'm doing. And this is like obviously I've said in the podcast, but you can actually see me in action. Doing what I love to do, like my hobby. So
right, and one day we will get to one of the Highland Games.
Yeah, that's one thing on my bucket list, like competition wise, that I want to do. I've never done a Highland Games. I have a kilt, and I know a little bit about the events that they do in there. It's a lot of explosiveness, a lot of coordination. It's not necessarily about just pure power, but still, I would love to do one day. I don't give a shit where I do it at, as long as I get to wear that kilt, fucking throw the caber, throw the hammer toss, the weight over bar.
I'm pretty sure the one that we weren't able to make it to had jousting and sword fighting, so that would be my area.
Yeah, that'd be probably more your area. I would still like to try it, though, the sword fighting. I don't know if I can do the jousting, but...
I don't think either of us would actually be allowed to joust. We probably couldn't get on the horse properly.
Oh, yeah, that's
injure
true.
the horse. You and I would probably even have a difficult time riding a Clydesdale. We would probably end up hurting that horse, or breaking its back.
I would never want to do that to a good old horsey.
Yeah, and I know those are the biggest horses, but they say, once you reach up to the 300-pound mark like us, it's usually no go for a horse ride.
Yeah, so I'm good. That's fine. I can pet them.
Yeah, but I can joust from the ground. It's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to joust? You want to fucking joust?
I'm very good with long sticks, that's for sure. That was not meant to be sexual whatsoever, but I'm not cutting it out. But yeah, I mean, the Highland Games, we definitely have to fucking go to one of those.
Oh, I really do want to, and especially after the competition, whiskey and haggis.
Oh yeah,
bud. Oh yeah, bud. I mean, that would be amazing, just to have like an authentic Scottish meal.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, bud. At least we're out from Minnesota.
No Minnesotans here. I know my aunt lived in Minnesota. That's where she passed away. So yeah. Nice areas up there.
I think my aunt actually lives in Minnesota. I completely forgot.
Or just be the same aunt or whatever. We're just like, what the fuck?
No, she's still
I get it.
alive.
I'm just messing with you.
but yeah, no, that's. But yeah, I'll definitely post pictures for y'all on the page. Just so you guys know, I've already told you guys my nickname was Hercules growing up. So on the back of my singlet, don't be surprised, it's gonna have Hercules on there. And I've been waiting to use this singlet for the last couple of years. I've been so fucking mad. Every competition, because of COVID and whatnot, a lot of them were canceled, and then also one of them was my own doing, but that was only because it was actually had to do with the move here. Not saying that I couldn't afford doing it, because the competition would have been free for me. Right. It was just the preparation and everything else that kind of comes along with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't risk that. About 4 months. I think I only had about. The competition would have been literally 2 months from moving, and I would have had to prepare all the and saving up money at the same time, and that just wasn't really an option for me.
Yeah.
So, but this would be the first time in like 2-3 years competing, so this would be fucking fun. I get to see my family, a few of my brothers, so it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, I can put on a show for them and do my best. Hopefully, I don't pass out. If I bleed from my nose, that's fine. I'm cool with that. But
I think you'll do just fine. But yeah, so the next segment is we're going to be talking about possible Yule plans.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been thinking about like merch ideas for Yule time. Like making a T-shirt that says like make Santa Claus Odin again. Or something.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
We trademarked that, by the way.
Yeah, that's ours.
That meme.
Yeah. Right. But other than that, I mean, possibly a ritual.
Yeah, I want to do a ritual, and I want to see if we can pull this off. That'd be cool. If we can do, because Yule lasts for days. I forgot the exact amount. I'm pretty sure it's 12. I could be wrong. But I want to see. And I know we won't be able to celebrate it the whole time. Yeah. Those 12 days, but I would like to at least get 3 days. Where we're able to not just do a ritual. I mean, we probably wouldn't even do a ritual till the second or third day. But I want to go off of the old sources and figure out how they celebrated Yule, and then also bring kind of like our own twist to it, like with our own different kind of southern food in there.
Yeah.
And
fried chicken.
Let's get some gator in there, brother.
We can probably, if we look now, we can probably import some gator and fry it or something.
I mean, we can fry anything here in the South.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone owns a fryer.
I've got an air fryer.
But, yeah, no, we gotta... That's what we plan on doing. We might post pictures, maybe. But, yeah, that's the goal here, because we work 2 different fucking schedules and different days of the week, so that's kind of like the hardest part, trying to get everything good to go.
Yeah. I actually requested the 2 days off at the very end there, around... Christmas Day is the 25th, correct?
I think so.
I think it's the 25th. So I requested the 26th and the 27th off. That would give us the 3 days to do, but they rejected it.
Oh.
And I did tell my supervisor that when I do that, I'm just letting you know I'm not going to be here. It's not a request. And
I fucking love it.
he was just like, well, we'll see when that time comes. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess you'll have to cross that bridge when you get there, because I won't be.
Fucking awesome. But yeah, also, guys, on the page, this obviously wasn't, this episode, or at least this topic, wasn't just about us and our Yule plans. Tell us what you plan on doing, like on the page and stuff, or email us, text us, whatever comes to mind. Tell us what you guys plan on doing. We'd love to hear, the kind of things y'all do in different, states here in the South. What or I get, other family that probably isn't polytheist,
right,
or pagan. They'll probably want you to come over for Christmas and shit, which is fine. I've done that for my family too.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to hear what you guys are going to personally do at the house, if you guys have anything. This is the time of the year. I was just reading something. This is the time of year to feast, drink a little bit more. The cold months,
Yeah. And I am the quintessential pagan person that those memes talk about. Like, don't go around, don't come to the Christmas party and start talking about the pagan roots of Christmas, because I fucking will.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you're going to do that's going to stop me, because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially if I get a little bit of drink in me, I will. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to try to talk my mom, because I know we didn't do anything for Thanksgiving. It's not really a holiday that I much really celebrate for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But we always did have a family feast until this year, and I mean I understand why no one wanted to do it with the loss of Dad and Jerry and Grandma all so close together.
Yeah.
We really didn't feel thankful for anything. So.
Yeah, and that's fair. I people ask me all the time. When when I was going to the gas station or going at work, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing for anything for Thanksgiving?" And I'm like, "Not really. I mean, I don't really celebrate it. I mean, if my family does something, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm not against people celebrating it. I'll go to a celebration, but I'm literally the only one over here out east. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. So you'll be coming to mine. That's what all
that, and then I'll literally be with my family next week.
Yeah.
It may not be for Thanksgiving or a feast, but whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, but we do have one Yule style merch item on the site now. I forgot to advertise it.
Yeah.
But it's a stocking that has our logo on it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you want to
I didn't see that. You didn't even tell me.
Yeah, if you want to get your stockings, go to thesouthernheathens.com/shop and get all the merch that you need. We have mugs, we have stickers, we have t-shirts, sweaters, we have pajamas, we have duffel bags. We have fucking organic and hemp, and we have all the fucking goodies, man. All the fucking goodies.
All the goods.
All the goods. You go to the shop, we'll hook you up. Well, don't mind if I do.
Just what I needed. Another bad habit.
Those are lines from a movie I cannot disclose, but it's a classic. That's all I can say.
It is a classic.
You haven't even watched the full movie.
Not the full movie, but I can tell it's a classic.
We'll probably rent it. It's only like $1 off Amazon.
A great many blacksmiths.
In a carriage with no horses.
But yeah, it's we have all the merch that you could possibly want. We, of course, if you want to support us in any other way, go to anchor.fm/support. /Southern Heathen /support, and we could use all the help we can get, and we appreciate all the sales that we have had, and if you like what you hear, give us a like, give us a share, follow, and rate the show, and you do all those things, and we'll be back to you as soon as we can. Y'all holla.
Y'all holla, guys. Y'all holla.